Hi, welcome to Center Stage Guitar Academy YouTube channel. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you don't mind, watch some of the ads, help us make a little bit so we can keep providing these lessons to you for nothing.
In this lesson, I'm going to take a look at Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah again. We have another lesson about just playing the chords, but this time it's going to be more complicated. We're going to play the melody along with the chords, like a chord solo. So this is, if you were playing this by yourself, you can play the melody and the chords together on the uke. So this is a little bit more complicated, and we'll use some different forms of the chords. If you're just starting out to do this sort of stuff, it could be a good one to do because the melody is rather simple. It's no complicated fast stuff or anything, so it's a good way to get into playing chord solos and stuff. So let's take a look here. The basic verse of this song, it goes between a C major and an A minor chord. And in the previous lesson, I had a little melody line for the vamp that occurs over those two chords, where instead of playing a regular C chord, I'm playing this like C5 chord. It doesn't have a third in it. And then the top note, I'm walking it down one note and then going to the A minor like this. Back and forth. This is not part of the vocal melody, this is just a little something at the beginning of the song to go over the vamp. Like that. So that gets us started. Now, let's take a look at the melody by itself. It's very simple. Basically like that. Now we have to put it together with chords. I've tabbed out the melody here so that you have something to refer to, and I have the chords on the top of the chart, but you're going to be sort of combining them together to play the melody and the chords together. So the first note is here, 3rd fret on the E string. And also as part of this C5 chord again. And really there's a pickup before the downbeat here. I mean, the chart just starts right on the 1, but we would pick up from the open string. There we go. Then we're going to switch to the A minor chord, and we're going to go to the open A string, which is the melody. Then we're going to the open E again. Then to the A minor. And we're playing one more of the G note here. But now we're going to an F chord with the open A string in the melody. So take a look at that again here. We start off on a C chord. Our melody note is the G here on the E string. Then we're going to the melody note on the open A string. But notice I'm strumming the whole chord on the downbeat of that bar. At the end of the melody there, or at, I guess, bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm doing that vamp between the C and the A minor again. sort of going back to the intro. Like this. Okay, back to the melody again. F, and then we go to a G chord, but the melody is back here on the G note on the E string. Back to a C. And then now we're going to play the melody again. This is the second half of the verse. But it changes here. The chords change. So that's going to be tricky there. We're starting out on a C again. F, G. The high note here of the chords that I'm playing is the melody note. That's how this is working. Well, except for the first melody note, because I have this high C above it. Whoops, sorry. To get to the G. Then we're going to go to the high C melody note, but back to an A minor. See, now I'm playing an A minor, but with the high C added. Let's take, this is where it gets a little complicated, right? So once more from the C. So let's take a look at that one more time here, starting from the C again. F, G, A minor again with a C above. We go to an F chord with a C above. But we're adding this note. Now this is the most complicated part of the song, okay? Back again to the C. And we're going to an A minor chord with a C up top, A minor with a C up top. And now we're going to an F chord, like that, with a C up top. But now we're adding a D. This is where it's going to be a stretch if you haven't done this sort of thing before. I'm stretching now, what, 4 frets out? So I'm leaping out with my pinky. Like that, on the F chord. Then playing one more C before we go to the next chord. Now it's a G chord, but with a D on top. This is the D. So, sorry. Playing the G chord, but with a D on top. Then the next chord is a E dominant 7th, which is going to be here. This is an E dominant, or an E. This would be an E dominant 7th chord, but we're going to play it with a high E. That's the little melody motif. Then, well, before we move on to the next chord, let's review that again, okay? Because I know this is tricky. I'm assuming you've never done this before, so that's why I'm going pretty slow and trying to break this down as much as possible, because it's tricky. Back to the C again, the second half of the verse. So there, I put it all together to get to the end of the E7. C. And then here's the next chord. It's an A minor, but this is a different A minor. And I'll show you why. I'm going to play an A minor like this. Oops. A little flat there. Take a look at that chord form. It's on the tab chart there. Because the melody is this note right here on the downbeat, so I'm going to simply bar across with my pinky finger and then unbar to get the two notes on the A minor chord of that bar there. That's the end of that long line there. So let's put it all together again. So that's going to be tricky there. Oops. So that's going to take some practice and some coordination. You're probably going to get a sore hand doing that. But once we get to there, then things get a little bit simpler to finish it out. So we're picking up after the A minor there. There's a rest on the next bar, and we go open fret third, and then to an F chord. Down to an A minor. Repeat again. Then we go to a C chord, but the melody is the open E here.